to the A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words podcast. Join us as we discuss the antics of pro athletes, sports politics, and everything in between. No sport nor athlete is off limits. Now, get you a pitcher of wine and enjoy the show. Here are your hosts, Lene and Linnell Fletcher, aka the Fletcher Twins. What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words. This is your girl, Nelly Nell.
And this is your girl, Nay. What it do, boo?
What up? What up? All right, this is episode 42. And this we have...
Ain't that Jackie Robinson number?
Yes, it is. 42, played by the amazing Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace, rest in peace. Okay, and another rest in peace while we're at it. R.I.P. to comedian Paul Mooney. He was
one of my favorites.
Yeah, he was so funny because he would like cross the line, but it would be so funny.
But he didn't care.
No,
he didn't care.
He did not care.
And remember, I don't know if you went with me, but remember, I know I went and saw him at the Improv.
No, I did.
In Miami. I think me and Joe, and we probably went with some other people. But he was so funny. And he would say inappropriate white jokes against white people, the white community, culture, whatever. And he didn't care that white people were in the audience. He didn't care.
Were they laughing?
Yes, because they knew it was true. If something is true, that makes it even more funny. Especially if it's coming from somebody that's not even in the culture. And I remember that one time he said that joke about Diana Ross, and I was dying.
Yeah,
because Tracy Ellis Ross was like on the front. It was like at an award show. And I guess he was hosting, you know how the host say jokes or whatever. And Tracy Ellis Ross was literally in the front row, and she was sent by all the Girlfriends cast. This is how old he is, because Girlfriends was still out. And so all the Girlfriends cast was sitting in the front row. And he said, I guess Diana Ross had got pulled over for a DUI or something. I don't know. And he was just cracking on at her, and he was just saying, B, you was drunk. And that took me out. He was like, bitch, you was drunk. And then they put the camera right on Tracy's face. And Golden was sitting next to her. I forgot her last name, but I think her first name is Golden. Was sitting next to her and with a straight face, like they was looking so serious. And I was like, if that was me, I don't care if Tracy's my friend, I would have been on that floor rolling. I'm sorry, if something funny, it's funny.
That's true. You was drunk. So yes, rest in peace, Paul Mooney. He was hilarious. And so let's talk, because last week we brushed on the play-in tournament with the Lakers versus Golden State. And obviously by now, everybody knows the Lakers defeated Golden State. And then Golden State had to play Memphis, and Golden State got eliminated. So no Curry this year in the postseason. Okay, go sit in the sidelines, Curry. Go sit on the sidelines.
Chef Curry. You know how LeBron was saying? You heard LeBron said that he should be MVP, right? Curry should be, because he was the best player this year. Last night when I was watching a Portland game, they were saying how our boy Lillard said that the boy, who team they played yesterday? I forgot who they played. But he was saying how one of the other guys on the other team should be MVP. And it wasn't a black guy. It was like a white guy or some from a different country.
Jokic?
And I was like, well, probably. And I was like, what?
Yeah, multiple players said Curry should be it. But players don't get the vote, so it don't even matter. Like,
but I'm saying, you can't even do it for the culture, Lillard. You can't do it for the culture.
If somebody better than somebody else, it doesn't matter. If in your mind,
you keep that to yourself. You don't let the people know. You don't present it to the people.
Are we done? You can't tell that man who he should think the MVP should be.
It's gonna be Curry. Go ahead.
It's not gonna be Curry. You have to be on the winning team. We all know that. That's why the players are saying it should be Curry, because they know it's not gonna be Curry. You have to be on the winning team. They're not gonna pick.
What do you mean a winning team?
Do you watch? You don't watch much basketball. It's a shame. You don't know much about it.
I didn't know you needed to be on a freaking winning team to be MVP, even if you are the MVP of the league.
Yes, you have to be on a winning team, and you have to ask Joe. After this, ask Joe. Because I
didn't know that was a qualification.
It is. You have to be on a good team.
Okay, but just because they didn't make the playoffs, that means they wasn't a winning team.
If you're the MVP of your team, you're gonna carry your team into the playoffs and possibly win a championship.
That wasn't my question. My question is, if a team doesn't make it to the playoffs, they was right on the cusp of making the playoffs, and they didn't. That means that they're not a winning team.
That means their team isn't going to have the MVP on it.
Oh my God. Okay. Moving right along, because you beating all around the question. You're not answering.
What do you mean? If you have you can have a winning record and not make the playoffs.
Okay.
So yes, to your question, if they don't make the playoffs, but let's say their record is 50-30, but they still don't make the playoffs.
That's a winning team.
That's a winning team, but they're not going to have the MVP on there.
No.
We can make a bet if Curry's going to be MVP or not. And we can also make a bet if MVPs have to be on teams that go to the playoffs. We can make two different bets.
That I can bet you on. But I don't know if he's going to be MVP. But I don't think being in the playoffs is a part of the qualification to be an MVP.
Okay, let's $20?
That's fine.
$20. Okay, you have to be. This sounds exactly like the argument Shaq and what's the Charles Barkley just had. They literally just had the same argument because they said I was Charles and you was Shaq. Shaq wanted Curry to be it, and Charles was like, "But his team is a loser. Like you're not."
Oh my God!
MVP is not going to be a losing team. You have to see the thing, but no, they only saying that because of the last 2 months. Where was Curry the first
they won
5?
Like the last 16 games.
Yeah, like where was Curry the first 5 months? The first 5 months of the season don't count. No, because you can make crazy.
Ouch! You can make a run at the end of the season. You can make a run.
No, that only counts in football. That's like having an MVP. But I don't know if it happened before, but this was Shaq's example. He was like, they actually both ended up agreeing. They was just saying it in two different ways, but they were talking about the All-Star game. They was like, the MVP of the All-Star game is always on the winning team. And Charles was like, exactly, that's my point. You're not going to give a losing team an MVP award. Like, that's not going to happen.
I think it happened in football before, where the team, I think, lost the Super Bowl, but somebody on the other team got the MVP. So it's possible.
It's not going to happen.
Yes. Has it ever happened? I don't know.
It's not.
But it's definitely possible. Because I remember that year what's the boy name that got the ugly laugh?
Kawhi.
I remember the year he won and got MVP after they won the championship. They were saying that if they lost, he was still going to get the MVP.
Well, we won't know that.
Okay, what are you drinking on?
Oh, I actually am getting, I think, a cold because my AC situation is just freezing in my apartment. So I'm very stuffy. So if I sound stuffy, that's why. So I'm drinking water. Plus, I ran out of wine the other day.
That's too bad.
Yeah. So you gonna I hope you re-up for when I come. I hope you bought a couple more wine.
We just went grocery shopping today, and I bought the big bottle of Moscato. That's what I'm drinking on now, Yellowtail. I had a Corona earlier today while I was doing my homework.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, I had enough alcohol Friday and Saturday, so Anywho, let's get to this first story we're talking about. Involves Deontay Wilder, which this is the to this day guy Remember, we were trying to remember what he was saying. He said, and I watched that video a couple times this weekend just to get a feel for it. So that Deontay Wilder is a boxer, and he, well, at least how I think I had heard of him before the Till This Day video, but I was reintroduced when he did the Till This Day to this video when he was talking to Radio Raheem. And
oh my God,
no, that's the act. I thought it was a fake name at first, but that's actually the reporter's name.
oh,
Like, even when he started the interview, he said Radio Raheem. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, so the news is he is supposedly set to fight Tyson Fury for the third time. Mm-hmm. The first in, I think, July or whatever, but the first time it was a draw, and the second time Fury won in the 7th round TKO, technical knockout. And then you remember seeing the pictures of Tyson punching him, and the man the lip was all the way on his upper cheek. And so recently, this is the tea. Recently, Fury announced on social media that he was going to fight another person named Anthony Joshua in August, right? But an arbitrator or something like that ruled that a clause in the Fury Wilder's contract said that they had a 3-fight deal and they must fight a third time by September 15th. Mm-hmm. So I think Fury didn't want to do it at first, but his management team decided not to just pay Wilder a step aside fee, like just to not fight. Let me fight this other guy because I already whooped your behind. So since they decided not to, they are going to fulfill their contract obligation to Wilder, and they're supposedly fighting in Las Vegas on July 24th. If Fury beats Wilder, then Fury will go ahead and fight Joshua later this year. So the background was, in the second fight, Wilder was actually mad at his assistant trainer for throwing in the towel in the 7th round when he was getting his ass whooped, and he fired him.
Oh yeah, I think I remember he was upset, and we was like, "Nigga, you just died."
So he fired him, and the thing is, because I was watching Undisputed this week and they were talking about this, and Shannon had mentioned something about the costume Wilder came out in was like 40 pounds. And I was like, let me go YouTube his entrance. First of all, his entrance was a production, like a 10-minute production. And it was in February during Black History Month. So it was a whole Black History theme. And he walked out, his costume was so, it was amazing, first of all, but you could tell it was heavy. Like, why would you wear something 40 pounds before you about to go fight somebody, right? That probably weighed him down, right? Mm-hmm. And it probably affected him for the fight, but it was lit. That was an entrance. But yeah, all you didn't have to do all that and then go get your ass beat on Black History Month, because you didn't make Black History, sir. You embarrassed us for the whole month, okay? For the whole month. All you had to do was go in some gym shorts and a tank top. You ain't got to do all that. Go ahead.
That's crazy. Yeah, and wait a minute, because you know how that calendar that people put what happened each month, the calendar for this year?
Yeah.
Please don't let his face wind up on that calendar for the month of May. Or July, whenever they fighting. I'm surprised the freaking Nate Robinson wasn't on there. And what was that last year? Maybe that was December last year.
Yeah.
Because he would be on there first.
My thing is...
Fury, I would be afraid to fight Fury because Fury is like 10 feet tall. He looked like the Jolly Green Giant. Jolly Green Giant. I don't know. I can't do it. No.
That was my next question. Would you want to fight this giant a third time? I think he's 6'10" and Wilder is 6'7", 6'8". So he's a little, but he's also bigger. Like Wilder is thin compared to that giant. Would you want to fight him? And was the ass whooping you received in the second fight not enough? Go ahead.
That's funny, but first of all, they don't even look like they're in the same weight class. Like they really don't. Somebody lying to somebody, okay? Because one person look like they supposed to be in heavyweight, and the other person look like they supposed to be in peewee. I don't understand. But he want to fight him again because they threw in the towel on the second fight. He want to get knocked out to what, like Nate Robinson, to where he can't get up.
Oh my God!
And he don't know where he at because Nate didn't know where he was. Nate probably still don't know where he at. Has anybody ever seen Nate since then? Nobody ain't never seen him.
Nope, haven't seen him.
He got knocked into a different time zone, country. I don't know.
He should have just begged for the step aside money. Like, just give me the money. I don't want to, like, forget that pride. I don't got no more pride. Give me that step aside money. I would step right on out of here like the Q dogs. Okay, I'll be hopping out here.
Remember that gospel song "Step Aside" and Jimmy stands to it?
Yeah, that was cute. Anyway, so do you think with the training and everything that they're about to be doing, because I'm pretty sure they're training now, that the third time would be the charm for Wilder? It's the third time the charm. No,
I think he's gonna get knocked out this time for real. I don't even think it's gonna take 7 rounds. I'll give him 4, and I think he gonna get knocked out to where he can't move. He going down, baby. Your street in the Range Rover, like Nelly said. He going down.
Oh my God. But yeah, so Wild, I will be watching this fight. Hopefully somebody buy it, because I'm not. So hopefully either they play it in a bar or I'll be talking to somebody with a TV that like to watch fight.
I'm pretty sure one of Joe's friends will buy it. We'll be watching it.
But yeah, he gonna put on a whole 30-minute walkout production and get knocked out in 30 seconds. So yeah. And also I was watching the highlights of the second fight, and he was, you know when somebody who win and who losing the fight. I don't know if you remember, I always said this when we were growing up. The person who's winning the fight is also always moving towards the other person, and the other person always backing up. So in that fight, that was what was happening. Fury was always moving towards Wilder. Wilder never was moving towards him. It's crazy, but yeah.
Sometimes you can win like that though, because when Pacquiao fought Mayweather only was on defense. He was never on offense. Mm-hmm. And they claim he won that fight, which I still don't think he did. But
I remember the one with the kickbox, or what's your boy name, Conor? That's the only Floyd Mayweather fight I remember.
Yeah, he was totally playing defense with that guy.
But that's not
a strategy.
I think that is a strategy, but that's not fun to watch. It's like not. Because I rarely watch boxing anyway. So if I watch boxing, I want to see punches and stuff like that. I don't want to see you covering up your face and wait until the other person gets tired, because I'm gonna get tired of watching. Anyway, let's talk about J. Cole's pro basketball debut. Okay, he played as a number 2 guard for the Rwanda Patriots Basketball Club, which is part of the newly formed Basketball Africa League. Okay, so he in Africa. And he also recently let out his first album in 3 years called The Off Season, which is getting rave reviews. In his first debut, he only scored 3 points, 2 assists, and 3 blocks, or 3 rebounds, I mean. In the second game, 0 points, 1 steal, and 1 block in 15 minutes of gameplay. So hopefully he does. What do you think about this? And hopefully he does better in his third game. Maybe the third time's a charm for him. What do you think about this, Mr. J. Cole?
This is pretty disappointing, because I thought everybody was like he can play basketball really, really, really good. And if he wasn't a rapper, he would be in the NBA. So this is very disappointing to hear. Also, why is he playing in Africa and not in America?
Because I think the only team that had interest in him, which was a while ago, I want to say was the Detroit Pistons. But because they know you can, just because you can play street ball don't mean you can play with these pros. That's what DK Metcalf learned also. Just because you can run fast on a football field don't mean you can run track, sir, professionally.
That's what I was telling Joe yesterday. Because Joe was saying somebody was trash on basketball. And I hate when he used that term, because I be like, these dudes are professionals. Like, what do you mean? And then he said something about he ain't an elite player or something like that. And then I was like, I think he's pretty elite to make it to the NBA. You got to be elite. And no, he just was saying, I'm just saying, well, and if you have like the top 10 players or top 10 teams or whatever, and you can only choose like 5 people, he wouldn't be in that 5 or something like that. And I was like, I get what you're saying, but I just don't like when people say people are trash and you can't do
what they do. But no,
or
J. Cole,
half of what they do.
I think J. Cole can play street basketball, yeah, but NBA is a whole nother level. Like, it's a whole nother animal.
It is, and it's very hard. So
Yes,
if you make it to the NBA, kudos to you. And you are very elite in my book.
Oh my
Keep
God.
up the good work.
Is this a motivational speech? Because I don't think Kwame Brown is listening. He actually got into it this week with some of the guys from All the Smoke podcast.
I don't know who Kwame Brown is.
Exactly. He was like the number one. That's why he got in an argument. He was like the number one pick in NBA, and he was like a bust. Yeah, that so he kind of got into it with Matt Barnes or whatever. But I think it's over now. But yeah, if you Google like the biggest bust in NBA history, his name will probably be number one. But I don't know. Honestly, I didn't even remember him until they mentioned it this week when I heard it. So
you know who's not a bust? That 21-year-old who played for the Grizzlies, Moretz.
Josh Moretz. Nate, first of all, it's Ja Moretz, first of all. And second of all,
I said Josh.
You gonna let me talk? First of all, it's Moretz, Ja Moretz. Second of all, why you have literally the worst memory of a person I've ever known in my life, because we discussed this guy in vivid detail last year because he was Rookie of the Year and he was playing like a superstar. Like, we be discussing these people and then you act like you never heard of them before. Last night in a group when you was talking about him, I'm like, Nate, we talked about this dude last season. Like, we know him.
We talked about him on a podcast?
I don't know if it was on a podcast, but it was definitely in the group because we all were watching games and we said this was going to be Rookie of the Year, and he got Rookie of the Year. So yesterday when you were putting it in the group and you were I think you said, who is this guy? And I'm like, are you serious? This is the Rookie of the Year. You have a pretty bad memory, and it frustrates me. But
I can't help that. You think I want a bad memory? Yes. I don't. I wish I could remember what I did when I was 2, but I can't.
God. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Flashback moment of the week is Tyson versus Holyfield. So they fought multiple times as well. In their first fight, Holyfield came up with the upset victory. In the second fight, everybody knows Tyson bit off part of Holyfield's ear, so he got DQ'd. Now, supposedly, Mike Tyson and Holyfield are supposed to be set for a trilogy fight in the upwards of $200 million. Which means like
that's crazy because they both.
I don't know if they would split that 100. I don't know, but that's a lot of money.
That's stupid.
Because these people 75 years old.
They are 83. But the thing is, this is gonna be like what it was with Tyson and Jones. Was it Roy Jones or
Roy Jones Jr.? I didn't see it.
It's gonna be an expedition, which means it's not gonna be a real fight.
Yeah,
whatever. It's not going to be a real fight. They're not going to be hitting for real because they don't want to hurt the other person for real. So, like, they paying them $200 million for what? To see our uncles fight at the barbecue?
Oh, my God.
That happened yesterday.
I was just like, maybe this time, to be a little more low-key, maybe this time Mike Tyson can bite off an eyelash. Like, because you won't be able to see, because you know, and you know people get mad when eyelashes come off because they got to make a wish. Mm-hmm. So don't take off my eyelash and not let me make a wish, okay? But just one. He'll bite off just one. All right. So I don't know. I will be watching this too if it happens. But $200 million to watch two grandpas playing slap boxing. I don't want to see that. I can slap box with Janae.
Oh my God.
Jeez. So the lesson of the week. Don't bite off more than you can chew, okay? Do not bite
That's
off.
a good one.
It is. Don't bite off more than you can chew, okay? All right. Time for my rant of the week because I got something to say. Okay? And it goes to all. It was the NBA last week, right? So it's partially the NBA again.
Okay.
I kept getting articles about my boy, LeBron James. So supposedly before his play-in game against Golden State, he went somewhere to celebrate the opening or the launch of maybe his new liquor. I forgot what it's called, Locos or something. And it was against COVID protocols. Okay. And then he went and
they
played.
let him play.
Yeah.
See, this is BS.
But they were trying to say they don't know because he didn't reveal whether he was taking the vaccine or not. Which obviously this means he did, because I don't think he would have went there without the vaccine. He wouldn't. I don't think so, unless he took and got a negative result right before. I don't know. But then so that article came in like 2 seconds after. They was like they don't know if he's gonna get a punishment. Then 2 seconds later, the article came to my phone again and said he wasn't going to get, like, nothing was going to get done. So they need to stop. These goes to the journalist, the NBA journalist. Y'all need to stop giving me a headache, okay? Because I'm scared that they gonna freaking suspend my boy after he ain't do nothing. He's doing everything for the people, okay?
No.
He's doing everything to help other people, okay? And also, because today is Sunday, they just played and lost game number 1 versus the Suns, right?
It was pretty bad.
And somebody got ejected, something. But he was laying on the ground, crying for his mama, suffering.
Oh, my God.
And nobody was paying attention to him because somebody was fighting on the other side of the court.
Yeah.
So I need y'all to pay attention to y'all superstars, okay? And treat them like they are as such. He can go wherever he want to go, okay? Because he is the NBA. All right, journalists?
Oh, my God.
Write that in your articles.
LeBron James is like the Tom Brady of the NBA. They make new rules for him just because it's him. Whatever. He don't get punished for nothing. He can do no wrong in the NBA's eyes. It's just ridiculous. They can do anything they want to do.
But if Tom Brady was on the ground, suffering, calling for his mama, God. It wouldn't have taken 10 minutes for people, even if it was a fight going on, okay? It wouldn't have taken 10 minutes for the medical personnel to come over. That's all I'm saying. My boy was hurt, okay? When Chris Paul got hurt, I don't know if you saw, but earlier Chris Paul had got hurt. And you normally when somebody go down, they continue to play. When Chris Paul got hurt, they shut everything down. And I'm like, are y'all serious? Like, can we go get a free basket? Because nobody said timeout.
Some people do that.
They shut everything down because of Chris Brown with Chris Paul. He still look 13 face self. He look younger than Curry. He need to retire though, because he old, I believe. Anyway, time for the highlight of the week. Speaking of the Suns, the highlight is Monte Williams, which is their coach. He was voted NBCA Coach of the Year, which is the National Basketball Coaches Association Coach of the Year. And the quote that he said after he got the award, he said, "I hold the utmost respect and admiration for the coaches in this league. So to be recognized by my peers is an incredible honor." So a couple things that he did this year, because the Suns were sorry. Okay. He led the Suns to a 51-21 regular season record. They won their first specific division title since 2007, and the Suns were only one of 4 teams in the league to be ranked in the top 10 in defense and offense this season. And obviously, they're the number 2 seed in the West, so the Lakers have to play them. So, yeah, kudos to Monte Williams, Coach of the Year. Good job. And that's you would say it. That's a black man.
That's a black man.
Yes,
I
it
can
is.
tell by his name, Monte. We're not gonna see no little boy, white parents calling him
gosh.
Monte. Monte, get over here, Monte.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You can talk about your business.
Anyway, yep. So y'all know what it is. Y'all know what to do. HR is my business, and we have an IG page. You can follow us at HCMGMT Consulting. Again, that's HCMGMT Consulting, and we can help you with all of your HR needs. We provide HR services at affordable rates. Okay, so you don't need to. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg for you to get great service from us, okay? Payroll, recruiting, employee documents, all of the such. We can do that for you at reasonable rates. So hit us up. You can email us or DM us, and we will be right there at your service. We are here to serve you.
That's right. That's right. So hit them up. Do what you do. And go ahead. Sorry.
Also, sorry, one more thing. I just started a new IG Instagram page. No, it's not a business page, or it's not even a personal page. It's just a page where I'm showing off my fashions. So like if you guys want to follow my fashions, the Instagram page is LJ official _. So it's L and the J is spelled out LJAY official _. So it's not a lot of posts on there. I think it's like one. So I'm gonna start posting like maybe once a day. So you can see my fashions. Are tag the fashions and the name of them if you want to get them for yourself. That's it.
Okay. Yes. Oh, okay. So we will talk to you guys next week. Actually, next week we're going to be together in the same place. So I think we'll be able to record together. I'll be sure to pack my stuff. So check us out next week. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all of those things. We will catch y'all later. Bye-bye.
Peace out. Bye.
Hey y'all, thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words with yours truly, the Fletcher Twins. Make sure you join us every week and rate, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit up our email at podcast.1000words@gmail.com with any questions or topics you'd like to hear us cover. Also, check us out on IG at the Fletcher Twins and Facebook at A Picture is Worth 1,000 Words.